What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're trolling for albacore tuna, possibly some dorado, and who knows marlin. We've been hearing some guys hooking into them. No one's caught them. If we got one on film, that'd be awesome today. Devin is cutting up some bait right now for some chum for the albacore. We got 8 rods in the water. We're trolling about 4.5 knots. We're gonna see if we get to the tuna today. Stay tuned. We're trolling about 5 knots right here out in Braid. We are on the 11 line. So the rods we're running, the 2 side rods, we're running some Rapid deep divers. I think this one's a 40, this one's a 30. And then moving in, we got 2 jigs. I think this one is blue blur. And over here we got a Mexican flag. And then on the next rods, we have a cedar plug on the right one. And the left one, I think we have another Mexican flag on there. The main rod going straight off the back. We're running our, it's like a marlin setup. It's a big daisy chain with a big popper on there. We were hoping, you know, maybe a big tuna could eat it, or at least, you know, attract some fish up into the spread. We got a bunch of chum, so if we get one fish on pulling, we're gonna leave them dragging for a little bit, and then we're gonna throw some bait, see if we can bring up that whole school and get a couple of doubles, triples, quads. We'll see what happens. Hearing some chatter on the radio. It's been super slow so far. So we're tacking south. We heard some fish being caught. Right now it's starting to rain. It's getting a little sloppy, but we're grinding it out. Hopefully we can get on some fish here pretty soon. Out here, day number 2. Yesterday was a struggle. We trolled for about 12 hours to only lose 1 fish. A couple other boats around us, they caught a couple fish here and there. It didn't seem like it was hot. So we're coming back out here today. Hopefully we can catch some fish today. Hopefully get some quad hookups, some double hookups. We're running pretty much the same setups we ran yesterday, a few variations, so hopefully we can get on them now. Oh, on! Yeah! Yes! Let him hang, Jared, let him hang. Come. He's going deep. Throw another handful, throw another handful. Want to bump the boat down just a little bit, Devin? Yeah. How's it feel, bud? Pretty good. Feel like it's a good one? Doesn't feel bad. We haven't caught one in a while, though. He's taking a lot, though. Alrighty, guys, it's been kind of slow. Finally hooked into a good albacore. I believe this was on one of the feather jigs. So we threw out some chum, trying to get the school to come up. Hopefully get a double or a triple. Oh, he's screaming. I think we're trolling like 8 knots or 8 miles an hour right now. Hopefully we can get this fish in and get on some more. Now we're getting him. Probably out 100 yards, 200 yards. He's just a little guy. Let me get to the swivel.
Oh, that's a solid one.
There we go. That's what we're looking for. Nice albacore tuna, Fort Bragg. First albacore of the day. Boy, was it a relief. Fishing 2 days in a row. We finally hooked one of these things. Drag started screaming. We caught it on the Phoenix 808. That's like our sturgeon and shark rod. I definitely would not recommend using those. An absolute backbreaker. So you typically want to use like that 6'6" to 7-foot rod, so you can really just crank on these fish. We caught them on the zucchini colored jig, about 150 feet off the back in the prop wash. Absolutely crushed it. Alrighty guys, well, looking back at the video, we didn't really mention like what baits we were using or showed what baits we were using. So right here, this is a zucchini colored jig. I think P-Line makes this one, I believe. So yeah, so it's just a jet head. probably about a 6-inch jig, with a good sized hook down here. So you want your hook pretty much lined up at the end of your skirt. So when the albacore come up, or any kind of tuna, any kind of fish really, even with like a swim jig or anything, they come up and they go to grab it. You don't want them biting back here and missing the hook. You want them actually grabbing the hook. So it doesn't matter like where they hit this bait.
That was actually the lure that Devin caught his fish on when we were out there. Some of the other rods we were running was like a blue blur. It was like this here. We had a wood cedar plug. This is like a topwater.
This is the one with the jet head.
Yeah.
So we were running this back on the shotgun line. So this was back like 300 yards, I believe it was. And it was just back there just making a disturbance in the water way back in the prop wash.
Honestly, it was really tough fishing, and Devin and I have kind of gone back and forth on this. When it's lights out fishing, I think you can pretty much throw whatever you want and you'll get bit, and that goes across for any species. But when it's tough, I really try to key in on what the fish are truly eating, whatever pattern that is. And I think that these size were maybe just like a tad big for what we were wanting to do. Who knows, if we would have downsized, maybe we would have caught one more fish, maybe not. That's why me and Devin go back and forth. It's kind of like go big or go home.
Because a lot of people at the dock were running those smaller jigs, and like most of the boats we talked to, they were coming back with 0 fish. So like we had a really bad day, but at least we were able to catch 1 fish, you know what I mean?
And one of the things that was super tough when we were out there was a lot of times if you guys are going to fish for albacore, you want to be looking at the temperature breaks. Go online, see where that temperature break's at. I'm going to pop up a map right here, but basically this temp break was only 2 miles from the coastline.
Yeah, we were getting like 60 degrees 2 miles out.
It was warmer than that, 63.
63,
63, 2 miles off the coast.
So like the weekend before, there's all these posts. The fishing was wide open. People were catching 25, 30, 40 fish a day. But the weird thing was on Thursday, so we drove up on Friday, fished Saturday. But on Thursday, we had a big south wind. I guess it came in and pushed all that warm water everywhere and scattered the fish. So there was really not a super hard temp break all weekend.
Yeah, if you guys look at the map that I popped up, you'll see that that warm water went like 50, 60 miles out. It stretched like 100 miles down. It was just warm water everywhere, which that makes it a lot harder to target the fish. You want to be looking for those hard temperature breaks, and it gives guys a good idea of where to start fishing. So our game plan, what we did is we just hit that warmer water, and then we either tacked northwest or southwest. We just kept going further and further out just to see if we'd catch anything, and then we turned around and we'd go southeast or northeast on our way back in, just to really cover as much water as we could.
Yeah, and we weren't seeing any jumpers or anything in like that, like right where the temp break was. We were really finding them, what would you say, like 25 to 40 miles out? Even though the temp break was 2 miles?
Yeah, I think, the fish that Devin caught was about 30 miles out. It was about 30 miles out from what I can remember.
Yeah, that was up north, right? Headed towards like Crescent City.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, guys, well, it was a very tough weekend of fishing.
That's for sure.
We got one. A lot of boats didn't catch nothing, so at least we got 1 fish. Dustin actually just cooked in a phenomenal dish. We all just tried it, so make sure to stay tuned. I believe it's coming out on Monday. We're going to start doing a little 2-part, so if we catch some salmon, we're going to be cooking some salmon, and then we'll have a little cooking video on Mondays. The food was absolutely amazing. He garnished the dish super nicely, so if you're into cooking tuna, make sure to watch that video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and be back for more fishing.